Hi, happy Thursday, happy Veda, or Veda, whichever, I never know which one it is, 20. So what have I got? And I've forgotten my scissors are over there because my missing ice order turned up today. But before we get into that, I've got other things to show you. This came today. It's crochet, but it looks as though it's got a knitted band at the bottom of it. I haven't actually read the pattern yet. It's a Hayfield one, 7947, and oh no, the bottom is crocheted sideways. It just looked as though it was knitted. Woo! Manny, I have done garments with a combination of knitted ribs and because at one time I wasn't very keen on doing sideways ribs because for some reason or other they used to go a bit like that and I wasn't concentrating. And this is another one I've got, which is a King Cole 2513, and it's double knitted, and I hope you can see it because it's why it's always hard to see, isn't it? It's a jacket and a waistcoat. So when I'm going to find the time to do all these things, I do not know. I'm going to start crocheting in my sleeve. I didn't do any last night actually. I was supposed to be sewing the sleeves in. And today I was supposed to be putting things on Etsy. So far I haven't done them, although there's still a chance. It's only about 7:15 in the evening. So there's a chance that some of them might be on. Tomorrow I'm glad to say I will be actually going to see the GP. So maybe I'll get a solution as to why I'm so froggy. Anyway, this came yesterday. It came after I'd made my video, so you couldn't see it then. And it's sorry Grace, I don't think you can get this, can you? I think it's out of stock now. I had to follow Sue. So I bought 4 of those. This colour, mine seems to be a wee bit darker than Sue's. Well, it's truly just a different batch, isn't it? But it does seem a little bit darker than what Sue's is. But even so, I still like it, but it does seem a little darker. Mine, it was sunshiny and it was brighter when Sue was opening her packet to show me, so maybe it might look a bit, because like the sun's going down, it's going darker at the moment. Not quite dark enough to have the main electric light on, but seeing as I've got 2 cars parked outside from next door, they're probably wondering what the heck I'm doing. Because they don't know me well enough, so they don't know I do videos. So I'm just going to hope I'm going to be able to open. Oh, it's quite heavy, this ice order, without scissors. But I've got a feeling I probably won't, but we'll see. Do you like me? Gloves. I've had them a while actually. They're actually a bit too tight for me. I wrote to the firm and asked them did they do them in a bigger sizes. I got them from, it's called Moonbeams and Mayhem. It's like a boho site. It's on eBay. I mean, they sell the most fantastic dresses and skirts and everything. But they seem to think that the top size that they're going to do is a size 16. Occasionally you'll get something that's in a 20, but it's no good for me when I'm a size 24, is it? I don't know what size that is in the US, probably about a 20 or a 22, because our sizes over here read bigger than yours do. Oh, well, I'm going to have to get a scissors or something with this. Otherwise you're not going to be seeing any of this, are you? See if it will tear. Aha, it's going to tear. That's why I don't put sizes on my Etsy. You know, because people say to me I size 12-14, but that isn't a 12-14 in the UK, because 12-14 says XL in the US, but 12-14 is quite a slender lady in the UK. So I do have problems. Oh, I'm almost in. Almost in. Almost. Hooray! Gosh, that was a squashed up. Oh no, I think I already ordered a pack of this. I think I've got 2 packs of it. Very fine. Well, not very fine, but quite fine. But I have recently got quite a few patterns that are in our 4-ply. Be like your fingering. It's a very, very delicate pink. And it's, why did I not have my glasses for this? Oh, it's acrylic. It is all acrylic. It's got 200 metres on each ball, so there's quite a lot, isn't there? So that's it, a pale pink. It just says Sail Plain on it. I don't know whether it's got pink written on the other side of it, but I shall have a little look. Sail Plain Light Pink. It's 47212. Frogginess is getting worse, isn't it? Getting worse. Getting worse. Well, I haven't been talking at all today, except to say hello now and again to Gigi. Oh, that's nice. It was heavy, that. This is Metallic Viscose Lilac Silver 44523. Weighs quite heavy. They must be 100-gram balls, these. I've got 2 packs of it because it's quite a sturdy one, double knitted sort of thickness. So it's going to be, let me see. Oh, it's 93 viscose and 7% metallic lurex. It's got 200 and something. It says, oh, you know, I need to go and get my scissors, so you just have to excuse me a minute. Just talk amongst yourselves while I go and get my glasses and my scissors. Well, I don't need my scissors now because I've hacked my way in there, haven't I? I do need my glasses. So I can't get up off this settee. Oh! See, if Sue was here, she'd be springing up like a spring chicken, wouldn't she? But I can't. Oh! I need some legs on my sofa, desperately. Not that I ever sit on it really, but Gigi's looking at me like I've gone crazy, like what's Mum doing? Popping over there. I feel like I'm Mum and not Auntie, I don't know why, because I have him a lot, so I'm calling myself Mum today. Still haven't had my glasses mended, they're still crooked. I keep forgetting to take them up the village to get them repaired. The screws come out the side and it's mended at the moment with a little piece of wire. Real hilly-billy art. Right, it's 93% viscose, 7% metallic lurex, 50 grams. It's really surprised me that because it weighs heavy. 195 metres. That really surprises me because it really feels heavy. Anyway, I've got 2 packs of that. It's, I didn't show you, did I? It's lilac with lurex. I'm trying to do some summer tops, not for me, but for my shop. This one is the same yarn. Yeah, it still says 50 grams on it, although it does feel really heavy for a 50 gram. This is a sort of a limey green colour. This one says metallic viscose green silver. So that's that one. Again, it's a double knitting thickness, whereas the pink was a lot finer. I think the pink was actually called a double knitting, but it really wasn't, yeah. So I've got 2 in the lilac and 2 in the green. This is the one that's been missing it. So every now and again they seem to go adrift, I don't know where they go. Right, that's the other green one. That's another lilac one. Do you know if I live to be 100, I'm not going to use all this yarn up on them. This one, have I got 2 of these? Yes. This one's got a very, very faint sparkle in this one. It's Chainette Glitz Light Yellow Iridescent. I don't know how much they were because I haven't got my bill with me. Here we go. This is 100 grams, 250 meters, 95% acrylic, 5% metallic lurex. But the lurex in it is a very, very faint green actually. It's very delicately sparkled. So it looks very... It's a little sparkly, but it's not so you couldn't wear it in the daytime, you know. Not that it would worry me, I would wear it in the daytime anyway if it had sparkle. Because that's just the way I roll. And I've just got one more. So I've got 1 pack of this one. 1 pack of this one. This is called... Oh, how do you spell it? I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's Piceno. Is it Pacino or Pacino? Anyway, it's that Shine Light Green Pink shades. I tell you, they go overboard, don't they? Oh, I must have dribbled my coffee. Oh, I did. Ooh. Luckily, it's not gone inside. It's just gone on the outside of the packet. Must have kicked my coffee when I got up. It's very pretty. It's... Now my glove feels wet now. It's very sort of silky. Really nice, this one. It's very delicate shades. Again, it's going to make a lovely summery top. Why have I got about 7 lads just walk past? Who knows? It's a dead end down there. Just goes to the clough and that's it. Then round in a horseshoe and back up again. So it doesn't lead anywhere, and yet every now and again you'll get like a group of boys or something, lads walking up it, and you think, what the hell have they been up to? Up to no good, no doubt. Yeah, this one is 55 acrylic, 45 polyamide. And as I say, it says light pink green. There's actually 2 shades of green in it, actually, I think, or maybe it's either a lime green or a lemon. It's a bit difficult to see now because the light's going a bit in here. But that looks really pretty. I've only got 1 pack of that, but there is 8 balls in there. So, well, I was going to start something different, but, well, I still might do. I finished off the cardigan bits. I think I told you that yesterday, didn't I? Last night I didn't do anything. Let me have a quick drink before I go too froggy. I didn't do anything yesterday, I was chatting. I was chatting to GB Maltese, to Grace, yes. And occasionally to Jenny when she nipped on, then nipped off again. Usually when I'm chatting to people, I can get on with my knitting or my crocheting, but because I was actually at the stage where I was sewing up on the other one I was doing. Gosh, it's going really dark in here now. It's not a very together video, this, is it? It's a bit... Oops, got another car going past. What's going on? She must be very popular next door today. People going past me. What was I saying then? Can't remember. Oh yeah, I was actually at the point where I was stitching the cardigan up, and I couldn't concentrate on my stitching while I was talking, and I hadn't actually chosen what my next project would be, although I've just got orders for some boleros for a lady. So that will be my next project to do. Although I did have a couple of other things I was going to start, but paying orders comes first, people. Paying orders comes first. So yeah, I have to wear things like this. A lot of my sweaters are 3/4 sleeves. And I get so, because I've got arthritis in my hands and that, I get so cold if I don't have this bit covered up. Because the lovely little sunshine we had 2 days ago is missing completely. Missing altogether. Gone. So we're back to a bit chilly. I've just put the heating up a bit now. So my little body, well, my big body, doesn't like cold weather. I keep saying to you, I was meant to be born in a warmer climate. If I had loads of money, maybe then I would, but I don't think I would. I might get a holiday home somewhere, but I wouldn't like to leave the UK altogether. I might moan about the weather, moan about it always raining, but it's home sweet home, isn't it? I don't think I could uproot sticks at my time of life and go and live somewhere else. But I would like a holiday home. I would like to be able to go somewhere. Or like Sue said, we'd like a canal barge, you know, as a holiday home. Rather than a caravan or a trailer, we'd like a canal barge, canal boat, the long slim boats. I don't know whether do you have canals in the US? I'm sure you must have. And they're big enough for people to live on. They're like tiny homes, if you know what I mean. But you can live on them. But I mean, I wouldn't like to live on them. But the holidays would be nice, yeah. I'd have to ask Sue and John to come though as well, because to steer it for me. I'd have to stay on it stationary. I'd never be able to cast off and steer up the canal on my own. Especially when you get to the locks, if you know what a lock is. A lock is when the canal changes levels. So you have to go into this lock. Then the lock doors are closed, keeping the water back that side. You can also go down as well as up. And then you close these locks doors at the back of the boat. And then you open something or like a valve or something, and it if you're going up, it fills the lock with water. So that when you come to open the other side of the lock gates, you just sail out on a level. Or if it's the opposite way around, you drop down with the water going out, and then you sail on a lower. It's quite fun really, because there's some stretches of the canals where you go through about 7 locks, you know, because it either goes down or it goes up, whichever way. So I'd never be able to manage those because the locks are quite heavy. So I'd have to have help. Other things I would like to do. Or another thing I would like is like a gypsy caravan. I don't mean one that you live in or anything like that, but it would be nice to have one just to spend a weekend in or something. It wouldn't have to go anywhere because I couldn't control a horse. I think you have to have a driving licence anyway to control a horse these days. Sorry about that, but I needed a drink, absolutely needed a drink. What have I been doing today? Well, I can't tell you I haven't actually been doing anything much. I replied to comments on one of my videos. I've only got another 19 to go. I was going to hoover up, didn't do that. I was going to wash a lot of dishes, didn't do that. I did do some laundry, did do that. Did have a shower. I'm trying to be positive and list the things that I did actually do. Played with Gigi. Had my lunch, had my dinner, had my breakfast. Oh, I do lead an exciting life, don't I? Oh dear, I wish I had I could tell you all these things that have gone on and all these things that have happened to me in my day. But they just haven't happened, so can't make things up, can I? Except in my head when I go a bit, yeah. But it was one of those days where you kept looking at the clock thinking, good grief, 2 hours has gone past and what have I done, you know? I haven't done anything, and I kept thinking, do something, move yourself, make yourself. But it just hasn't been a productive day. Tomorrow I've got the GP, but not until the afternoon, so I'll probably make my video before I go, because I don't go till 5:10. So hopefully I'll be in and doing something. And then Saturday, of course, it's shopping day, usually. Yeah. My finger is a bit bruised, but it's not doing too bad. It's actually sorer now, and you can see it's red across the knuckle now. It's actually sorer now than it was when I did it. But I will survive. It's not the end of the world. It didn't chop my finger off, although it could have done because he was slamming it hard enough. But because my finger was there, it stopped it. So he kept trying to shut it, and then he decided he'd take it right back open again. So before he could start to slam it again, I took my finger out. I was like, I mean, bless him, he didn't know he'd done it, because he was just like trying to shut this sliding door. And I was silly, because as I was trying to get in, I had my hand in the hinge. Yeah. And as I got in, before I could get myself settled to get the seatbelt, he started shutting the door. Oh well. I did that once to my mother when I was a kid. Shut my mum's fingers in the door of my dad's car. I had to take her to the hospital. She flattened all the end of her thumb. It was terrible. And I was only about 6 or 7, and I was heartbroken. And my mum, of course, was trying to keep her pain in, you know, because I was upset. Because I'd broke my mum. I kept saying, I broke my mum, I broke my mum. And so she was going, oh, it's okay, it's fine, just get me a hanky, you know. I mean, afterwards, when I was older, she told me that it hurt like anything, but she knew I was so upset because I'd shut her finger in the door by accident. Well, it was her thumb, actually, I'd shut it. And I'd really had shut it, you know, I didn't just shut it gently, I'd slammed the door too on her thumb. But that's what my mum was like. She wouldn't like show. Any other mother would have been leaping around going, ow, 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 you little so-and-so, you know, put the door on my thumb. And no, not my mum, no. She just was very stoic about the whole thing. And she just said, get in the car, and everything's fine. And then I heard her say to my dad, I think you better take me to the hospital, yeah. Oh dear, her thumb was never right after that. All because of a 6-year-old me, or 7, whatever I was, shutting the door on her thumb. But these things happen, you don't do it on purpose, do you, know? I mean, I once shut our Ian's fingers accidentally in a door. You know, and you feel so dreadful, don't you? You feel like you're the worst mother in the world, that you've harmed your child, you know. But I honestly didn't see him messing, and he'd put his fingers in the hinge of the door when I wasn't paying enough attention, obviously. Oh, his poor little fingers were all black and blue at the ends. I felt like, oh God, the National Prevention for Cruelty to Children is going to be knocking on my door at any moment. Oh. And another time, my ex-husband was throwing him up in the air like you do a baby. And he threw him up, and we had a 3-light glass thing hanging down in the ceiling. Threw him up a bit too far. He broke the glass shade. Boof! He was showered in glass everywhere. And he was sitting there going, because he thought it was the funniest thing ever. And I was scrutinising him to make sure he hadn't got any cuts or anything. I was thinking, oh my God, my child. When you think about it, it's a wonder any child survives, doesn't it? I mean, none of us do things on purpose, do it to our children, but these things happen, don't they? Accidents do happen. Excuse me while I take a painkiller. Not wishing to whinge tonight, but this is how I'm feeling today. That's probably why I wasn't very productive. But I know that most of you on the other side of the camera, hi people, know what I'm talking about, because you've got the same things, you know. When you get to a certain age, it's life, isn't it? You just can't. So, you know, I don't like telling you all this stuff because I don't think you come on here to listen to me having a whine, do you? You're good for me because even though I can't see you, I know you're there. So it's like, you know, put on a happy face. Oh dear. What does that say? Micro, oh, I don't know Turkish. Don't know what that means. Oh, it come by Skypack, that's why. Skypack, they might as well call it Snail Pack. I usually choose DHL, or what's the other one? There's two choices. But when I was ordering that, DHL was the much dearer option. You get option choice. I think I've told you about ice before. The yarn is terribly cheap, really, really cheap. But what puts the price up is the postage is quite expensive. But as I say to everybody, don't let it put you off, because what you can do is you can put things in your basket, but when you go to the payments, you're not trapped into paying for it, if you know what I'm saying. You then get to see how much it will cost to ship it to your area. And then you might go, oh, £24 or something for the postage. Stop it. Just look at how much you've ordered. You might have ordered 24 balls of wool. And altogether you might have just paid £30, 24 for the postage, but maybe only £6 for the yarn. So what I do is I sit there before I commit myself to buy anything. I sit there and work out how much a ball everything is. You can't work out everything, I just do a generalisation. If I'm doing 24 balls of wool and it's like 30 something pounds, put the 20 into the 30, think, yeah, that's £1 something a ball. Yeah, that's reasonable, that's feasible, I'll pay that, yeah. And then if it's a bit too much still, I go down my list of things and say, what can I do without, yeah. But you can do all of this without committing yourself to buy. This is what I keep saying to people. Don't get the screaming abjabs when you see that the postage is £20, £24, something like that. Because, you know, let's be realistic. I mean, you wouldn't get yarn like this for about £1 a ball. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't. I mean, a lot of this is more than that. I have to work out what each one actually costs me later. I usually work out how much per ball the postage cost. And then I work out how much it is for the yarn plus that little bit of postage, because you can't average it out, because some of the yarns like this were more expensive than something like that, you know what I'm saying. But it does give you a general idea. But, you know, as I'm saying, I don't get sponsored by ICE for doing any of these. I don't get free yarn, I don't get anything. I pay for everything out of my pocket. So I'm only just sharing, you know, my thoughts with you. I'm not saying, oh yes, you've got to buy ICE because it's the best yarn in the world. You've got a lot more yarn to choose from in the US than I do here. And because I can't go shopping myself, I have to go online. And a lot of our UK yarn is a heck of a lot dearer than your US yarn. You know, when I was talking the other day about wash and wear, I mean, it's about £4, I think, for, I don't know, it's a 50-gram ball. I think it's a 50-gram ball. I know I sent for some yarn for my niece for a cardigan for Christmas, and it cost me £30 for the yarn that I wanted for her cardigan. And when it arrived, it wasn't the right shade. It was, you know, too bright. She wouldn't have liked it. So I've now got it upstairs, but I'm going to have to use it for myself or somebody, because there's no way in the world I could like put it for sale, because, you know, £30 for the yarn, my time, add something on like for the PayPal takes off me and Etsy takes off me. You know, people would wonder why this one cardigan was like 60 or 70 pounds when all my others I try to make for about 45. And, you know, people would wonder why, wouldn't they? So I doubt that the wash and wear is going to get used for an Etsy. You know, I mean, I try to keep the prices down because I know people in this world don't have the money that they used to. I look on some people's sites and I see garments like, you know, £300 for a cardigan, and I'm thinking, how many do they sell, you know? All right, maybe if they sell one, they've got as much profit as I get if I've made about 3 or 4, you know, garments. But I would be on pins wondering if this one thing sold, and if it didn't sell, I'd be like, oh my God, that's like £300 sat there, you know. So that's why I stick with mostly acrylic and things like that. If anybody ever wants me to crochet anything in pure wool, alpaca, whatever, I'll gladly do it. But they've got to appreciate that I would have to charge quite a considerable amount for doing it. Hey, well, that's a horrible subject, isn't it, money? Let's change the subject. Money, money, money. You can only not be worried about money when you've got it. Don't get me wrong, I have enough for my bills. You know, I'm on the pension and I have enough for my bills. So I'm not moaning or whining. But a little bit of extra money would be nice, wouldn't it, to go on a cruise? Buy me canal boat, you know. My niece keeps saying, when you win that lottery, we're going on a cruise. I keep saying, yes, we are. Definitely we're going on a cruise. I'll probably be that old, they'll have to lift me on and lift me off again. I would like to go sometime before I'm 80, you know. Otherwise, I don't think I want to bother. So I've got, what, about 8.5 years left before I need to give up. Oh, gosh. There's things I would love to do if I had just that bit of money. Like, I would like to go for a full body massage, sit in a jacuzzi, you know, go to one of these spas where they do your face and your nails and your toes and everything, you know. You know, people who have money just don't appreciate that, like the rest of us have never been, you know. I've been once to a Turkish bath about 20-something years ago when I was in Turkey. So, of course, it wasn't that expensive because it was in Turkey, and it was a fabulous experience, you know. I got, like, scrubbed down with this bloke, it was, with, like, soap, and it felt like Brillo pads, you know, he was using on me. Wire wool pads. And then he washed my hair, and he nearly washed my hair off my head. But I tell you what, when I came out of there, you were, like, glowing. You were so clean, you know. Oh, it was heaven. At least I've seen it. I've been once. A lot of people have not been once, have they? But I'd like to be a guinea pig for somebody who's learning aromatherapy. Yes, you can come and practice on me anytime you want. I'll be a guinea pig, I don't care. You can come and tattoo me eyeliner on, you can come and do whatever you want. Excuse me, more painkillers. I'm not a junkie, honestly. But I exist on my painkillers. Couldn't do without them. Next month I've got quite a few appointments to go to. I've got to see the pain clinic, but don't think they'll do the injection there and then. But I've got to go and see the pain clinic. I've got to go and have my tooth took out. Well, the stump of a tooth took out. What else have I got to do? Oh, no, that's next week. I've got to see the dietitian doctor. It's going to be quite a busy time for me. My hospital shawl only grew by 2 rows yesterday because that's all. I wasn't waiting long at all. It was great. Normally when I set foot in the hospital I'm there for about 3.5 hours. But the dietitian must have been... It was only a routine visit with the nurse kind of thing. It wasn't anything special. It was just get on the scales, how have you been, what you've been doing, da-di-da-di-da. You know, it wasn't anything. She decided I needed to see the dietitian doctor because I hadn't seen him for over a year. So I've got to see him next week. So what he will say, I don't know. Probably staple my mouth together or gaffer tape it, something, you know. Hypnotise me into thinking that all things sweet are bad and you're not going to eat them. But I'm weird, you know, I don't eat biscuits and I rarely eat cake. I eat cake once a week when soup comes. Because we have to have some cake and Gigi loves his he goes crazy when he sees Sue. I'm not sure it's because whether he loves her so much or whether he thinks cake time. Because we just don't have cake during the week. But I know you like to see my little baby. Well, he's not my little baby, but you know what I mean. There he is. There's my little G. As you can see, the poor little tree, if you can see it outside, it's looking very sorry for itself now. The blossoms are being blown away and they've all gone like a very dirty pink colour instead of the beautiful pale pink that they were. Well, it's going darker and darker and darker, so I'm beginning to wonder whether you can even see me at all. I've got to tidy up this room because I've now got balls of wool everywhere. Heaven! I'm in heaven! Doesn't bother me, but of course everybody... It's like days like this when I've got yarn everywhere and I've got a jacket that came yesterday on the chair there and, you know, everything's everywhere and people call. They never call when I'm tidy. They never call when I've hoovered. They never call when every dish has been washed in the sink. They never call. People always call. Catch me literally with my drawers down, you know, because, you know, they can see them going, You know, I know they're supposed to come to see me and they're not supposed to bother about the house, but they do judge. Like, you're retired, what do you do all day, Jan, you know? What do I do all day? Well, there's the internet. I mean, I seem to have been filling my time with looking at other things now that I'm not looking at April anymore. April the giraffe, that is. And, I mean, Ephraim even suggested I call my scooter April, but no, I don't think I want to call it after the giraffe. Thanks all the same, Ephraim. Anyway, what shall I do next? I can either go and wash the dishes, or I can tidy up all this yarn, or I can actually make myself go into the back room and start listing things on Etsy. But then again, there may be some programs on the TV that I want to watch. Decisions. On that note, I shall make the decision to switch off. So, bye all. Have a happy evening, day, morning, whatever time it is when you're watching this. Bye for now.